Hi Pisces, welcome to your general messages for November 15th through the 30th of 2020. Let's get right into things. I changed my get up because I'm going to be throwing a lot of cards because I feel like we need a lot of cards pulled for the last 2 weeks in November. Okay, so I'm going to pull some oracles, some Lenormand. We're going to pull a bunch of different types of spreads. So we have a lot going on the 21st. Not a lot, but you know, heavy energies. We have the sun entering Sagittarius, which is really beautiful, and that'll be there until the 21st. So with the sun in Sag, our focus shifts from the need for like that intimate connection, because it had been in Scorpio, right, with a person and with ourselves, to the desire to kind of reach out to the world and connect with something larger than ourselves. And this is a very fire energy. It is Sagittarius is a mutable sign, so we're going to find it easier to take steps towards understanding and increasing our awareness of the world around us, and we're going to be able to more clearly than we've been able to envision our path forward, right? And we're going to feel a little more confident and a little more optimistic by focusing on the big picture if we're able to, right? As we move away from our focus on the details of the mundane existence, right, which we do in Scorpio. Although we may be prone to overdoing our expectations right now, we do have to be careful. We have the opportunity to nurture faith, hope, and definitely a new vision under this influence. So I really like it. Truth be told, okay. And then we also have, we're going to interpret these in a moment. And then we also have on the same day, we have Venus entering Scorpio. So, and that's going to be hanging out there until December 15th. Deeply passionate relations are the focus for this energy. Like superficial anything is not going to fly. As we're going to be yearning for something very deep, very meaningful, very unforgettable. It's a highly emotional position for Venus. It really is. Very sensual, very passionate. So our relationships are very important to us in this energy, and we may feel that they consume us. The idea of them consume us, and we may be very happy to allow them to consume us right now, right? And our drive is towards this intense closeness, but blind faith in our partners or in a situation is really, really difficult for many of us right now, as there's this fear of being too vulnerable or giving up on we're afraid to give up on our own power, right? For fear of losing control of something, right? Because Scorpio is very much this all or nothing energy. So relationships can definitely be a little bit of a roller coaster right now. Because and the thing is, in the same way, like, because we're not going to be wanting anything mediocre, we're not going to want anything superficial. If we feel like something is, it can definitely compel us to create some sort of crisis in order to test, in order to feel alive, in order to sense if something is vital or not. So that has to do with relationships. But in the same way, not everybody's in relationship. The Venus in Scorpio can be really making you of the mind where you want to finally figure out where your true passion lies and as far as how you make your money. And you wanting to get to the bottom of where in your life you may sabotage things and get in your own way, and you being like laser focused and doing shadow work right now. So it's going to be a little different for each of you, but Venus entering Scorpio is going to be a deep energy for all of us. Now also on November 28th, we have Neptune stationing direct, which is a very good thing. Phoenix rising, beautiful. Very nice, Pisces. So we have this energy of, you know, you guys are ruled by Neptune, right? So it's finally going direct, and Neptune has been retrograde, and as it is, Neptune is like trying to look at reality through a dirty window, right? So him stationing direct is good, because we're going to finally be feeling this heavy burden lifted, even if just a little bit. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse that's happening on the 30th, I don't want to spend a lot of time on that, only because I'm going to be doing a whole video on that, but it's enough for me to just say we have this full moon happening with the sun in Sagittarius forming this opposition to the moon in Gemini, and the full moon is a time of culmination and promise of fulfillment, right? Something that was started at the new moon. So it's definitely an emotional time. It's a time of romance, fertilization, relationships, you know, something that just cannot be ignored anymore kind of thing. It needs to be fixed, or it needs to end. Something needs to happen, right? But this is a heavy one. This full moon lunar eclipse, this is a very potent, powerful lunation. It's going to be stimulating turning points and epiphanies, and there's more unfolding to the story here, right? Because this one is the second eclipse along this axis, right? So we've been dealing with this energy since the end of the spring. We're going to be dealing with it until December of 2021. But we feel the middle of the story starting to reveal itself, truly. come the end of this month. Okay. So we have cloud, we have child. So child energy has to do with those fifth house energies, right? It has to do with Leo energies, which has to do with, you know, children, having children, your own children, relationship to children. Also has to do with creativity, the ability to build something, create something, an entrepreneurial endeavor, building something, moving something forward in a certain way. And then we have stars. It's already, something is already, something is very preordained. It's written already. There's something going on having to do with either one of your children, the idea of children, or some sort of creative endeavor. It's written already, Pisces. You have to look. We have the book of knowledge. Now, this is you needing to look at something, not look at something, you having to learn something. And this isn't, it's not you not knowing because you're not intelligent. It's you not knowing simply because you don't know. There's some sort of information that you're not aware of that you need to come to understand. And then you get the clouds. So it's not going to be the easiest energy to deal with when you're learning this information, but understand that after the clouds comes the sun. So something will be illuminated after that. So working with the child, we have the clover energy. Very nice. Beautiful. We have a new phase coming. We have the fish, which is, it's you guys. Yeah, but this actually means money. And then we have the park. Okay. Which also indicates public, social media, anything like that. So we have working with the child, we have the clover. So this is really great, which tells me that any sort of project that you are trying to tackle that has to do with anything creative is going to go really, really well. Really well. This is something going really well for one of your children, all of your children. The idea of children, maybe you want to have a family, maybe you want to adopt. But I feel for many of you, it's going to be this creative endeavor as well. You having a creative approach to something. But you are absolutely entering a beautiful phase, Pisces. There's no question. We have the stalk, which indicates a new life and something that's preordained. Underneath you needing to learn something new, we have the fish, which indicates money, which is great. But this also indicates working with what you have right now in order to grow. So it's almost like the energy is almost saying, Pisces, if you don't have what you want 100% right now, don't sit around complaining about it. That's only going to just draw negative energy to yourself. This is about staying very focused on moving forward and figuring out what it is that you need to do to bring yourself more of what it is that you're looking for as far as what you value. And I want to say what you value, because it doesn't even have to necessarily be money. You might have plenty of money, but you might not have things in your life that you very much value. So maybe you want a new home, or maybe you want to meet new people. You know, there could be different things. You want to think about that second house Taurus energy, right? I'm not calling you guys Taurus. You guys are, you know, because I know a lot of signs are like, oh, you call me this, you call this that. No, I reference the different energies as they come up, but this is about recognizing what you have now in order to make more, right? Now, I think the challenge and the challenge is going to be working through the sieving through of some sort of networking that you're going to need to go through, some sort of online communication, social networking, social media work, reaching out to people. This could be the challenge is meeting new people in the first place, meeting somebody new. If you're in the space of wanting to meet somebody new, there's going to be a challenge with that, because it's where the clouds are. But again, remember, after the clouds comes the sun. Now, going back here, truth be told, I should have started with them, or I could have, it doesn't really matter, 6 of one, half dozen the other. But truth be told, this is about focusing on the truth and nothing but the truth, Pisces. Like, if you've been telling yourself any kind of false narrative anywhere in your life, at least to yourself, be dead honest with yourself, because what that's going to do in this energy, it's going to incite any sort of these energetic blocks and walls that you may have built inside of you. It will allow them to lift, right? And when they lift, we have the phoenix rises from the ashes through all of the stuff, all of the pain, all of the hard work, any of the disappointments, any of that's brought you to this space, the good, bad, and the ugly. I don't want to make it all sound like it's horrible, but when we say Phoenix rising, it is this rebirthing. It is this transformation. It's you transforming into the next version of yourself. But Pisces, it can only happen if you're absolutely honest about where you might have gotten in your own way in the past, what you may have allowed in your life in the past. Otherwise, you're going to keep repeating the same things. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So Phoenix rising through truth, having to do with all of this, this is preordained. I see this as being so positive for you. Really good. And I have to tell you, I'm kind of getting a very textured kind of read from this, because I feel like it definitely has to do with creativity in some way that you're making money. But I feel like that's also going to be having you, how do I say this? It's going to be exposing you to new people. So therefore, you're going to end up also, through circumstance, meeting new people. And this is going to be, these new people are going to be involved in this new cycle for you. New friends, maybe a new love connection. I mean, I'm not getting love here right just yet, but I mean, I may in the, in the tarot. But that's what I see for you happening here. Beautiful. Phoenix rising. I love that. Love it. Love it. Okay. So let's, what do I want to do for you guys? Yeah, so let's see. Here's for this first one. So I'm going to do a past, present, future, and challenge line for you. And then we're going to do a subjective read for a person that you're dealing with, or somebody who's on your energy. They may not be in your life right now, but you're going to know. You're going to know who it's about, right? Okay. I'll pull the cards up as I go through them, okay? So this is for now. Okay. So we have in the recent past, we have the Leo energy, strength. So this is self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, courage. You might have Leo, you might be dealing with a Leo. You might have heavy Leo in your chart. But again, Leo is also the fifth house energy, as I mentioned before, right? Having to do with children, your creativity. But it also has to do with romance and falling in love. It's a lover's energy. How you connect with your partner on a Monday through Sunday. So in the recent past, you're feeling very focused on that, right? But then we have the Knight of Swords energy. Knight of Swords energy is having an argument, right? I mean, this is an argumentative kind of energy. It's a fast-talking person, and it's having some sort of truth revealed that ends up inciting some sort of change in the situation, a lifestyle change. So you could have gone from working with somebody to not working with somebody, being in a relationship, not being in a relationship. You guys there was some sort of where you guys were together and then not together. And again, however that was, could be a friendship, family connection, whatever it is. But there is this Six of Swords energy. And the Six of Swords is a necessary transition. Relocating, moving, anything like that. But it's leaving the toxicity. Or leaving something that was just not working for you. Because the reality was, because this is the past tense, this situation was not going to go anywhere, right? There was just no teamwork. There was no support here. For some of you, if this has to do with a job, there was a lot of office politics. There was sloppy work. There was no teamwork. It was just not a very healthy work environment for some of you, for sure. Because, this is I love this energy in upright, right? It's a Mars and Capricorn energy. It's about feeling very passionate about, you know, putting work into something, right? So with a relationship, like I call this the architect card. It's like somebody saying, come on, let's go, let's create, let's, you know, move forward in something. So if it has to do with relationship, it's like you just realizing that something was just not going to grow with this person. So there became this necessary transition, or maybe they left you and you had to transition your emotions, you left that, however it works, it doesn't really matter. But right now, okay, where you're at is you're in the devil energy. So you may be struggling to kind of balance yourself. So there could be some sort of addiction working here, some sort of greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust, anything like that. You know, well, this could just be you feeling very anxious and depressed and maybe not really talking to anybody about it. Just not feeling very balanced right now. But these are the different ways that it could show up. You could also be dealing with an energy like that. And we also have this working with the Page of Swords in reverse. So the Page of Swords in reverse, this is a... Swords in the reverse indicate some sort of bad news coming in, right? When we have this page energy. So this could be bad news coming in. You could be struggling with some sort of like legal issue, some sort of tax situation, some sort of... So, you know, some of you may be dealing with the Page of Swords. This could also be, you may be having some challenges with one of your children. One of your kids really acting up, for sure. But this can also indicate somebody who's just very immature when it comes to communicating, who's just not very, but something is just really like not, how do I say this, Pisces? It's like some news, you find out about something and it's very painful. That's the best way I could put it. Something is surprising to you and it really hurts you. And then we have the death and rebirth. Big changes, endings, time to move on from something. Time to transform your life. It really is. It really is. Here we go. Complete and painful ending, hitting rock bottom. Right? The ending of something. It's done. And I feel like there's age to this, right? There's age to this, Pisces, because it's a 10. You know, this isn't like something new. This is like one sword at a time, over time, you know, one argument after another, one bout after another, and it's just like, it's done. Doesn't matter who ended it, it's just done, right? Now, this could also indicate there being the ending of like a contract, the ending, a job terminating, meaning that like you finished a project and that's done and now you need to go on and create something new or go and get new employees. And the devil energy could certainly be, because it's about imbalance. It's like you have work, you don't have work. You have work, you don't have work. It's very kind of hit or miss. And that could be very, very frustrating, you know, and that could be the bad news that you're being dealt, where some sort of contract is not being re-signed, something is not working out for you as far as work goes, and there is this ending and it's creating some challenges for you currently. Okay, so you would know if this is currently your situation, right? You would definitely know if this is the deal. For others of you, this could have to do with the relationship, as I indicated. Now, in the outcome energy, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, so I do like this because this is about being self-sufficient. This is about financial gains. This is about being able to enjoy solo pleasures, a couple of luxuries here and there. Some things that maybe you were holding back, like you're holding back now from taking a part in, you're going to be taking part in it, and you're going to have a good time, and it's going to be very enjoyable for you. But we have the five, it's working with the Five of Wands energy. So there's some sort of rivalrous challenge that's going on here. Some sort of obstacle that you have to get over here, Pisces. And it is, look, we have this High Priestess in the reverse. The High Priestess in the reverse does indicate you having clouded insight for a minute. And your intuition is kind of blocked. Yes. Your intuition is blocked. And you're having this rivalrous kind of situation. Now listen, I think the Five of Wands very often could be, we're very rivalrous and challenged by our own mind. Even though wands are well and emotion, this is like a soul thing, right? This is like our fire. We want to move forward in a certain way, but it's like, we want to do it maybe with a certain person or in a certain job. And it's like we have that fire and that taste for it, but it's like, I just can't release this thing, right? And it's this feeling like feeling very blocked in being able to do it, right? And we have this working with the King of Cups in the reverse. This is an abusive energy. This is somebody who's emotionally manipulative. You might be emotionally manipulative right now only because you are afraid. There's something that you may be afraid of right now, Pisces, where you may be lashing out at somebody because you're feeling very vulnerable regarding a particular situation. Again, I don't feel like, I've been calling it when I see it, I call it, right? I don't feel like there is like a malice here. I feel like there is a ton of fear, a lot of fear, you know? And there's rivalry, there's one-upping. And that's such a tough energy to deal with, right? Now, this one-upping could be where there's ego at play, having to do with some sort of business negotiation, ego at play having to do with something to do with the job, ego at play having to do with trying to make a relationship work. But it's like, I want you to know what the energy is telling me is that something that you, oh my gosh, and honestly, I feel like it has everything to do with the fact that you guys are ruled by Neptune, and Neptune has been retrograde. And when it stations direct, take the energy of the retrograde and amp it up by 1,000. And that's what we get, like on November 28th, for you guys especially, right? You're, because it always becomes the most potent and powerful before it actually starts to come out of retrograde. So we just feel like something is going to be, I'm not going to say not the way you see it, because that can almost sound like I'm saying, like, Pisces, you're not seeing the truth of a situation. What I mean is, you may literally not be able, you don't like know all the situation of something. You don't have all of the information, right? And because of that, your response may be to be, emotionally manipulative, or somebody may be doing that to you. When we're dealing with like close energies, they get enmeshed. Most of you know that, but I'm saying that for those of you who don't. Anything we say in tarot could always be vice versa, right? It's another energy. So let's see what your blocks are. 4 of Cups. Okay, 4 of Cups is your block. So your block is feeling very apathetic about something and feeling unfulfilled. So this could be a block of yours, and it could be, Pisces, because you actually want to be with that other person, or you want to be doing that other job, or you wanted things to go differently, and you're just having a hard time dealing with accepting the way something is turned out right now. Not that you're not. I'm not saying that you're not. It's just not very easy. It's very hard for you to get on the yay kind of train having to do with something right now. Now, another block here is the King of Wands. So you're having a really hard time being brave about a situation, being like, get up and go, let's go get him, right? King of Wands energy is Cancer and Leo. Cancer is all about identifying what you need to feel very safe and secure, right? And at home in something. And Leo is a fiery energy. So the block here, again, could go back to the fact that you may not want to release something from your past. It's what it is. Now we have this working with the 7 of Wands energy, and this is about feeling self-defense. There's a lot of self-defense going on here, protecting against some sort of competition. So some of you may be in that space where you feel like you need to defend yourself against competition, and it's not comfortable for you. It's not a comfortable energy for you. So this could have to do with, obviously, within the workplace. This could even be, you feel like the competition could be like maybe your partner's past, or your ex being with somebody, could manifest a million different ways. But there is this idea of you feeling like you need to defend yourself, and you're having a hard time forgiving, right? Because the judgment is all, really at the end of the day, it's about clarity and forgiveness and a final decision, a wake-up call to your life's purpose. And you're having a block with this. This is not an easy thing for you. Your block is feeling clear. And even before pulling any cards, I could have said that. Or again, going back to the fact that Neptune is your ruler. So I just feel like, if you can, Pisces, try not to make any like sweeping decisions that are going to be life-changing yet. I would wait, really wait until Neptune comes out of post shadow, like December 10th-ish, around there, like going into the second week. If you can. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, it may be helpful. Just because I feel like you're going to feel more clear about things at that point, which will be hella good for you, right? Why not? Having a little clarity sprinkled on a situation would be great. All right, so let's pull a subjective read. And this is going to be a person that you are dealing with. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm going to pull 4 across and qualifiers down. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands working with the 4 of Swords. So the Knight of Wands does indicate... Oh, okay, the Knight of Wands, sorry about that. The Knight of Wands does indicate a very kind of like lusty and free-spirited energy, for sure. Somebody who's, very attractive, very fiery, very lusty, very confident, very self-assured. But they feel in this 4 of Swords energy here, and the 4 of Swords is, stepping back, going into solitude, retreating from whatever situation that you guys are involved in, just retreating to figure out what it is that they really want for themselves. We have this working with the Princess of Coins in reverse. So this is indicating, first of all, the coins can indicate mental, physical, emotional connection. So just not feeling willing to connect on some sort of new cycle with you, and there's something that they feel, there's a reason that they feel like they're disconnected from you for some reason. And then we have the 6 of Cups energy, so they can be focused on maybe reconnecting with somebody from their past. This could be returning to a job that they used to work at. Maybe they moved back home. There could be a number of reasons, but the Princess of Coins in reverse can also indicate that somebody felt like the money wasn't worth it, right? If this is a work situation, or what price something was that you were offering was not worth it, and them going back to something that they were used to be involved in, some sort of arrangement. So it could be a relationship, this could be some sort of work situation, them returning to something. And they're very focused on their wish fulfillment right now. They really are. They're very focused on their wishes coming true, material abundance, and on things being fair. So you might be like saying to yourself, what? They were unfair to me. I totally get it, but this is a subjective read. So this is what I'm seeing is like they're all about this truth coming out and then focusing on how fair was something, right? Now we have this working with the High Priestess reverse, so they too have clouded insight. They too have some sort of blocked intuition. And we have this working with the Ace of Coins in reverse, which indicates stressing out, not connecting with something new. This could be indicative of greed for those of you if it has to do with work, or this can be indicative of them trying to maybe reunite with somebody and not really working out, or them trying to move on in a new situation and not really working out, because they're having blocked intuition as well. They're having a lack of clarity as well. It's like they have good intentions. It seems like they're trying to focus on the right things for themselves, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go as well as they would actually like it to. So for those of you in relationship, let's just pull a few. I hope my battery doesn't run out. If it does, it does. And then I just augment the film that way. Let's see. We have the runner. We have passion and seeing chemistry. Having fun, liking each other equally. We have the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy. Listening to ego, girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used. And then boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. So there being issues with closure. I do feel like that from you, Pisces. I feel like you are having an issue with closure right now. Don't beat yourself up if that's the case. We have 9th house. We have the sun, whose ego, for good or bad, is getting in the way here. And then we have Taurus. Here for the bull gang. Taurus has to do with resources, things that you value. Taurus is the landlord of the second house. It has to do with money, things we value, the roof over our head, the clothes on our back. And it does seem like your perception of what matters to you is changing, Pisces. What you care about as being part of your bigger picture. Your philosophy, your life philosophy is changing. Okay. So it's definitely some sort of opposition, some sort of conflict that you need to really look at that's going on in your life. Now, even if this has to do with somebody who you used to be with or a business situation that you used to be in, whatever it is, because looking at that is part of this healing with Chiron. Chiron is still retrograde until mid-December. So it's all about looking in the past and looking at where did we feel tension, where did we feel hurt, where did we feel disappointment, and really trying to pull it apart and understand and how to make amends and how to release, how to cleanse out that energy really once and for all. Then we have the fifth house energy. This is the energy of the entertainer. Again, the Leo energy. We have Sun. Sun is the fifth house energy as well because it rules Leo. I really like that for you guys. Very nice. Focus on romance, falling in love. Focus on creativity though as well. Definitely focus on creativity. Having fun. Go have fun. Yes. 12th house, that's you guys. We got you guys. And the North Node, life's purpose. What do you need to learn? North Node is in Gemini right now. It's all about learning. What do you need to learn? Life's purpose. And then we have the 12th house, which is about escape. You guys are about escape. It's the house of self-undoing, you guys, right? In the 12th house. So it's also about getting in touch with your dreams. But you want to be careful with this escape energy, guys, okay? You need to be careful. Because also, you guys are the 12th house. It's where addictions hang out. That's where self-undoing hangs out. It's the house of self-undoing, like I said, right? So you want to be careful that you don't end up shooting yourself in the foot or getting in your own way because something becomes really challenging for you to handle. So you want to be careful of that. Okay, I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.